Yeah, I don't even know why there's so many goddamn Pegasus Knights all over this this map. Like they just keep streamlining in here. Like, goddamn. Okay. So yeah, if you might as well be able to tell by now, I decided to kind of make this into the second episode. I wasn't paying attention to time, so I just decided to say, hey, why not? Let's just keep going with it. Okay. Now, as you can see, there's still a ton of enemies around here. And the thing with this right side here is I realized afterwards that I have all the characters that don't have a lot of high resistance. So I don't want them there, otherwise Selena might decide to take a bolting to one of them, and it might not end up going very well for me. Yeah, because look at that, right out of range. But I do decide to move Arthur up there because he is, being a mage, or a sage rather, he's got very good resistance and should not be that affected by bolting. I don't think he gets attacked, but I can't remember. Only problem with him being a sage is that he's quite physically frail, so I've got to be careful about where I put him, otherwise he could easily be killed. Now, left side. Let's try to catch Joshua up to the group because I want to get some experience with him. Just because I don't want him starting to fall behind. Because that's not fun. He's a newly recruited unit, or he's a newly promoted unit. I want to get him some experience. Oh man. Now this was a little bit of an interesting move here I'm trying to figure out because I don't quite know who I want to move up, because whoever I move up is most likely going to get attacked by the bolting. Fortunately, things do go well, don't worry about that. And I was like, you know what, let's check Gilliam's resistance, and he's got 12s, which is pretty decent for a general. So I'm like, you know what, screw it, I'm sending him in. Why not? Why the hell not? Oh man. Okie dokie. Yeah, this is kind of a tough decision, like I said, because it was like, okay, so I gotta move a unit up. I want them to have somewhat decent resistance, but my only decent resistance people are mages. And if I send mages up, they're gonna get attacked physically, and it's not gonna be good. Yeah, freaking Pegasus Knights. Oh, like that mistake I was talking about before, it's not here. Although Mulder getting stabbed in the neck by a lance probably isn't a good idea. But it was right here, I believe. You'll see. Is it here or is it next turn? Can't remember. It is with Tethys. Got a bit of a lisp. Okay, so it wasn't this turn, it was next turn. Was it? Oh, I see, look at this. That only does 10 damage. That is nothing to Gilliam. That is just a scratch. But he still managed to dodge it anyway, so that's good, that's good. And more Pegasus Knights. See, this is the only problem, like I said, I have with these routing missions. Too many enemies sometimes, especially since we need to get to a center island so we can go attack Selena. And see, the defeat the boss ones are easy, because you just go to the boss, beat the boss, and it's done. But if you don't beat the boss, or if it's the defeat enemy ones, it doesn't matter if you defeat the boss, because if there's still one enemy sitting around doing God knows what, then it still goes on. And that is the assassin attack animation. It's pretty sweet, pretty sweet. I remember there being an assassin character in the in Fire Emblem, just not the original, but the Game Boy, the first Game Boy one. Or Game Boy Advance one, rather. I can't remember what his name was, but yeah. Also, that might be another Let's Play I could do eventually, but I think after just doing a Fire Emblem Sacred Stones bonus thing, I think I'm gonna not do that one just yet. It's definitely up there, but I find Fire Emblem a lot harder than this game, and I can tell you many other people would say the same thing. Plus, it is definitely longer. I believe what was it? This game has around 20 or so chapters, 21, something like that. Whereas Fire Emblem has, I think, 29 or 30, and that's ridiculous. And the thing is, people refer to this as the some of the easiest Fire Emblem games, and I could definitely say that because it's got training areas outside the map to actually help you out. In the other Fire Emblem games, all your training comes from on-field expertise. It doesn't come from anything else. So if your characters are under-leveled, your characters are under-leveled. You've got to be able to manage which ones, and I'm not quite excellent at that. So that's my other reason why I'm not doing Fire Emblem right now, because I need to brush up on it and do better. It's not a bad game by any stretch of the imagination. That's not what I'm trying to say here. I'm just trying to say I'm not good at it. I accept the fact that if I'm not good at it, it doesn't give me the right to say it's a shit game, because it absolutely is not. Honestly, if anything, I would be the one being shit at it, so that's why I hate it when people say this game, well, not this game in particular, but any game is really crappy. There are cases where everyone kind of conforms and says, you know, yeah, this is a really crappy game, and you can understand that, and it might just be bad programming or something like that, but you can't say a game that is generally a very good game, you can't say it's a bad, well, I guess in your opinion you could say it's a bad game, but that doesn't make it a bad game in general. That makes it a bad game just by what you see it as. Again, it's all opinion. Opinion's a big thing. Anyways, enough of that. Pegasus Knights. And see, I really like how some of these sprites are very, very custom-y, but they still stick to the class format, which is really nice in character development. Well, not character development, in the sprites and whatnot. Like, you can even see it. Like, just the characters, they look. Like, let's go over some of the enemies here. As you can see, Selena, she on the sprite map is a mage knight, and we've already seen that beforehand. And the sprite that she has or the character model, not the horse, like the character model itself on the horse, looks like Selena. Is colored like her. Same goes for Kayla. And Selena's a mage knight, so she's actually one of the classes in the game that you can be. And same with Kayla and Reeve. Kayla is a hero who uses axes, because heroes can use axes, which is pretty sweet. But, you know, he's colored differently to show that he's a unique unit. And same goes, like I said, for Reeve. He is a bishop, but he's uniquely colored because, yeah, he's one of a kind. So I like that touch. I like that. And there's also one thing that I've never understood in this game, and just in general in Fire Emblem. I might just not be understanding it. I haven't really looked into it myself. It is the affinity thing. The affinity symbols. Where certain affinities, certain people have certain affinities, like Joshua has wind and whatnot. Like you'll see when you go in their stats, like all the bars of their stats, it'll also say their affinity. I'm not quite sure what the affinity means or has any effect with. That could be a whole other dimension that I'm missing out on the game by not paying attention to the affinities when making support conversations and whatnot. But your guess is as good as mine. So I think this is the mistake I was talking about. Surprised me a lot, I can tell you that. Whew, man. I've been going non-stop commentary for a little while now. That's pretty happy. It's good for me. Practicing my commentary. I'm trying to think now. Can't remember what making you a sage, if you can focus on one type of magic, or if you're all around good at all types of magic. because that could generally be the case with certain things, like certain classes will be very, very good. Like I believe, oh, here's that mistake. I got Tethius attacked there, and that's not at all what I wanted. So I kind of freaked out a bit because that took out half of her health. So I was like, oh shit, oh shit, man, and I'm yawning now. So I've been talking non-stop and haven't really been breathing. So yeah, still misses, which is good. I don't mind Ephraim being hit by that, although it could go better if it'd be best if he didn't get hit by it. But yeah. So we're almost done here. Actually, this is we're coming up on the end here. Doesn't seem like it, considering we've still got, what, 22 enemies to deal with? Oh right, make that 21. Lol. But yeah, the last little exposition bit at the end isn't very long at all. So I believe the last part after this is, or the next part, which is the last part after this one, is only like 8 minutes. So I guess I'll quickly do some commentary over that. And here we get a talisman which raises resistance by 2 points, which can be good for your bulkier units that don't have a lot of resistance in general. So that's nice. Also, that is scary, Gilliam with the sword, because that thing looks heavy as shit. Some of these weapons are just really scary, and the fact that, like, their size. Oh, like Nemi right here. Like, look at that freaking bow. When she goes into attack here, watch this. I mean, you've obviously noticed it before, but look how freaking huge the bow is. Come on, look at that. That bow is bigger than her from head to toe. That is some scary shit right there. Is this the critical? Yeah, look at that. Boop. And I don't remember exactly what is the I don't quite remember. Like I said before, that ability Silencer, it's half of your critical chance becomes a chance for an instant fatality. So if you have a 50% critical chance, it means 25% of that critical. If you do get a critical, 25% of that chance will be an instant kill. And that can be very nice in situations where you're fighting bosses or really powerful enemies. But I think that purpley background might signify the Silencer. I'm not sure. It could be red as well. I don't quite remember. Oh yeah, she hits Joshua. Oh, maybe I was wrong. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't just... Oh no, it was. It was just the once she hit Joshua. Oh no, the twice, because the first one, or one of them, she hit Ephraim, I think. Oh, this is what you get when you... Yeah, I'm overthinking this. Either way, bolting has been used up. So now, after I finish up doing whatever I was planning on doing here, I can't remember. Alright, I wanted to send some units above and some units below. Mainly Joshua, send him below as he could... See, like, I'm checking here. An axe guy. It was an axe guy, and I believe 2 sword guys as well as a bow. So I'm like, you know what? Let's send Joshua and Nemi down there. Which I believe I do in a second. I believe so. Yeah, they got swords, so they're on even ground with Joshua. Same with that guy. So I was like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's bring him over here, kill some shit. And yeah. And then I set Ephraim up this way. And now that that is all cleared out with the bolting, I went on the right side here and started moving my units up. Because I'm like, you know what? We're good to go now. And this is a little bit of a decision that I was thinking here. When I killed this soldier, he was wielding a Zanbato. And I was debating whether I should keep it or not. Because I looked at it and I was like, it's effective against cavalry. And Selena's a mage knight and she's on a horse, so that technically counts as cavalry. And as you can see, I decided against it. I was like, you know what, we're just going with ourselves. We don't need no special weaponry, at least not now. Not until the final boss, that is. You need all kinds of special weaponry for him. Okay, so As you can see, we're closing in. We don't have a lot of space left. I mean, there's still 17 enemies, but that number can significantly drop in one turn. Very easily. And Gilliam is just being a total beast here. Oh, I only missed once. Oh! Maybe I shouldn't have said total beast, but he still hit on a 65% chance out of one of the two, which is pretty good. And then Joshua does take some damage, but he does manage to dish it out. He's not very strong right now, but I'm hoping with levels he'll get stronger and be a little bit more sturdier. Otherwise I'll be a little disappointed because I want to use Joshua as a character because he's really cool. He's a really cool character. But yeah, we'll see how that turns out. I'm not going to be counting my chickens right now. We'll wait. Don't want to go overboard here. I can't remember if I finished the chapter in the next minute. I think I don't. I think I finish up the battle next turn and then all the exposition and afterwards all the talking and whatnot. Oh, man. And Joshua does manage to level up. Skill and speed, not exactly important right now. I mean, he's already very skillful and very speedy, but I would like him to be more strong and a little bit more durable. Because I can't very well go sending him out on missions when he's totally going to get rocked. But anyways, look at that. No damage to Hellfire and then return with a critical. Well, I'm going to end off here for commentary on this part. In the next part, we're going to finish up this chapter, and yeah. So, with that said, I thank you very much for watching, and this is Mr. Fedora Man, signing out. Bye!